how are you? I want to just give my state of play on the crypto ICO realm. While I've done a clip on bubbles, and I don't believe cryptos are in any way bubbles, although there will be periods of hypervaluation as part of what is a very volatile, climbing, exponential market. There will be certain aspects that will parallel with the dot-com boom, and in the same way the internet was not a bubble, there was also a high degree of trash that was brought to bear. In any environment where there's human nature, there is a lot of money rushing into a new segment. You're going to attract snake oil salesmen, and in the ICO model, in terms of what we're doing in the crypto space, we are not active participants in ICOs generally. That's not to say that there aren't some potentially valuable new coins to come. All the best coins aren't the first generation coins. Google wasn't the first search, although we all know who funded them. But those that were truly committed to the technology have got a lot of the best technology guys out there already in their teams. ICOs that are coming at high volume and high levels now, my suspicion is they are part of an exit strategy for the founders and idea generators. If I look at them technically, many of the charts start off way up here on that first trade. In other words, there's money that's held up and causes a pump for the first day of extreme proportions, and then subsequently during the course of the next few weeks they are at some 99% devastation of market cap and grounding along at 1 to 10% of that high water mark that is generated when a wall of money for a short period is thrown at them. The pre-ICOs, for people thinking that you're getting in early, you're probably just funding an exit strategy for somebody that maybe has a vague business plan and a vague degree of committance. There's a high level of that. That is, once again, not to say everybody is loading up rubbish, but the second wave often brings the, hey, there's something going down in this space, opportunist, inverted commas, entrepreneur into the game. The true techie people were there from the beginning. That doesn't mean a new business can't happen that has real value and brings new technological people in, but just be exceedingly careful. So I am currently not buying and not showing a great deal of interest in most ICOs. It remains to be proven. I can tell you that through my YouTube channel I probably get 4 to 5 emails a day requesting soft interviews, offering money, free coins in their ICOs, and quite substantial money for interviews. If there is no real business behind what you're doing, there's no real commitment, and there is no real technology, and there are no developers, to those people, can I just say to you, don't even contact me. I will not be made part of a PR room for a vague, flaky notion. So short of anyone making a real case for a serious business, don't send me that, and inducements mean nothing to me. I'm not doing it, and I've been receiving a lot of that mail. I simply won't do it. If someone takes the time out to really explain, and I can see it, I may do it, and I won't take anything for it if you win me over, and that's not going to be an easy task in the slightest. And virtually I have not responded to a single of those ICOs, and I get 3 to 5 a week looking to that. That's not to say that there might not have been one in there, but if it's just a case of a mail that might have gone out to many other people, you've got to be able to make a case if you want a commentator to become a believer in you. So what are we doing if we're not going for the ICO pumps? And in the ICO, there were obviously the original quite big established coins. I mean, Ethereum ICO'd at some point. Bitcoin even started at some point. They all start. So what are we doing? My personal view is that the 60 to 80% of what you should be doing should be in the top 25 coins. You don't need to play in what I'd call the equivalent of the penny stock game. If something that is new is really that hot, it will soon become backed by interest and money, and you will see that technically in the volume and in the chart, and you'll see it in the patterns. I don't need to be part of the first role. Sure, if you want to be the guy that said, hey, I was in there right from the beginning, that's about being right, that's about being ego. I'd sooner make a handful of 2.5x's, even 80%, 50% on liquid, strong coins that I know I can get in and out, and pile those on there once there's some element of maturity, some element of clarity about the sustainability of that coin, then have a punt and a gamble to maybe be a winner on it. And many of you think, well, I'll throw 10 grand at it or 50 grand and I'll have a grand in every ICO, one of them will go to the moon and all of that. That's kind of shotgun approach, and I'm not an endorsement of that. And most people that get involved in penny stocks, I spend most of my time during the FX and equity trading time trying to keep people out of hoping to get one home runner out of a penny stock. And my take on the ICOs is that you need to be very careful, and you should treat them as, especially these stage twos, as possibly a model whose time is coming, and every chart that I look at has this huge opening gap and then this large anywhere between 60, 80, 90 and 95% bath that then follows. If there is something to it, it will base out and it'll start building again, and that's usually when there's some evidence of execution taking place. Some of these ICOs even have great ideas potentially, but the ability to execute on a great idea is everything. It doesn't matter you've got this amazing story of how your technology is going to change the world and do all these awesome things. If you don't have the power, the execution, the focus, and the ability to run a business. So the ability to run businesses, good people. And I have to say, a lot of even the good people have become names for hire. So people will pay to be able to have somebody's name that seemed as a quasi-guru in this new developing realm. So even seeing a well-known name out there does not guarantee you that you're onto a great coin. So watch out for renting a name who actually are not actively involved in the coin. You know, I know I don't want to mention anybody too much, but I know certain people have been associated with many coins, and their picture appears on the website. And when you see how many different places there are, you've got to wonder, how much time are you getting of that guy, Mr. Big Name, in that particular business in terms of development? Is it just that someone gets a chance to phone him 3 times a week and ask his opinion on something? That will not necessarily get you execution. So this is my take on ICOs. Keep your coins in the top 25 and 80% of that. If you want to gamble with 15 up to 20% on ICOs, okay, knock yourself out. I'm not doing it. And certainly of that, I would have 60, 65 going on 70% in the top 10, 12 liquid coins. So that's my take. And believe you me, people with any kind of YouTube channel, it's not because I'm special in any way, and I'm not a technological specialist either, but any kind of audience are being approached to do PR. Because if I'm getting it on the scale that I'm getting it, trust me, other people are getting it. And this channel does not take money to pump anybody's coin and ICO. And if you can't win me over on a business level, you won't be getting any form of endorsement out of me. So that's one thing. I'll just give you one example, actually, of one. And this might even have been a legitimate one, but I don't know. This ICO... the Naga presale turned out chilly hot. 15,500 supporters bought 15.5 million USD worth of NGC at a crazy price. It received 5 times more than the IPO, which had 500% growth. If you think about the emotion that goes with that narrative, it's not about the technology, it's not about what it's going to do as a coin. It seems to be all about establishing FOMO in you, fear of having just missed out. Click now and get your coins, etc. So this one has a couple of big names for hire in it. Who knows? It may be great, it may not. I haven't looked into it, but just the strap line that is coming on a Facebook pay-per-click advertised, because I've been identified as someone associated with cryptos, with a FOMO emotionally prompting strapline. probably tells you this. The kind of responses they're trying to get is, hey, be part of the idiot wall of money that's going to charge in here, that sits out and holds the bag for a 90% drawdown. Even if there's a legitimate business, I don't care for their marketing strategy. So here we go. That's Crypto Sniper talking at you, my take on ICOs.